Okay, so for this lesson I want to show you some little techniques you can use with a wah-wah pedal. You don't find a lot of that stuff out there, and yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, I've got the clean channel. I'm going to do fret hand muting, which is just, you know, resting these four fingers over the strings. I'm not pushing down on them hard. It's just real soft pressure there. And you know, you think of it like a gas pedal. You know, you can push it down, pull it back. Now most of them, if you push hard, it'll turn the wah off. So it's not doing anything. You push it, now it's on. A lot of funk uses this, even rock players and blues players for guitar solos. So I want to just run through a few different techniques to get you used to how to use a wah-wah pedal. Alright? It's not an exact science, it kind of is a feel thing. But there are some basic things you can work on, such as this to start with. So we would call that a 16th note rhythm. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and I'm just strumming over all 6 strings, right? I have the wah-wah in the up position, you know, the gas pedal's down, so to speak. And when you have the pedal down, it gives you more treble. As you back it up, listen what happens. It kind of takes the treble out and it becomes more of a low end thing. Now it's deeper there. So in a 16 note rhythm, I'm not going to do nothing on the wah yet. This is what I want you to do on your guitar. Is just go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and if you don't want to count it like that, that's fine. But the reason I want you to count it as a 16th note is if you can't get it just by listening to it, this will help you. So if we go pedal down, 1E, and then back it up and go and so 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and you just work that through. You know, if it's too fast, slow it down. But you know, it could be sped up. All right, that's one concept. There's tons of stuff you can. If you wanted to go to quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, or reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the 16th is what we started with. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... See what I mean? It's just playing around with rhythmic beats and patterns. So if you think quarter notes and eighth notes, quarter notes, they're still in there when I'm playing the eighth note pattern and the 16th. As a matter of fact, it sounds kind of cool, I think, to accent the quarter notes a little harder, like strum it a little harder. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here's the quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... See, you get the idea there? So that's one way of using it. In funk music, a lot of times, the guitar is not the dominant driving instrument. It's a filler. Sets up a groove, a lot kind of like a bass player would do. You know, it could be a matter of fact, I'll show you that right now. What I'm doing is going fret 5 on the A. Hope you can see that good enough. This is the only way I can set it up. One-man operation here. I'm going first. Let's do this so you can get the groove. Don't even worry about the wah-wah pedal. And we'll go 5A with our first finger, and then 7A with our third finger, and then do it again. So 2 times, right? 5, 7, 5, 7. And then we'll go to 5 on the D with our first finger. And then quarter step bend it, real slight. Not a half step. You could do a half step, but I'm doing a quarter. Just barely pull it down. And then go back to the 7th fret on the A string with your 3rd finger. So your rhythm without the wah-wah pedal is this. Now, I'm going to accent the wah-wah pedal with it. Let's back it up a little. And play that same thing. So every time I pick a fret or pick a string here, I'm pushing the wah-wah pedal down to, what's the word I'm looking for? To make it pop and open up and come at you. Now, little trick you can do. When we go to the 5D for the quarter step bend, slowly push the pedal. Act as if you're bending with the concept of going the same type of bend. You want to accent the pedal with it, so it'd be, it opens it up. You have it here, right? So you're, okay? Maybe I'll use my left foot for now. Probably be easier. So, it's really highlighting the melody that you're playing. And then the next step we can go with this, maybe take it up an octave higher and go. And all I'm doing there, note for note, it's the same. I've just taken it to the higher octave, which is 1st finger 7G, 3rd finger 9G, back to 7G, back to 9G, middle finger 8B, quarter step bend, and then 3rd finger 9G. But note for note, it's the same as this. Now let's apply the wah to both of them. Again. Now, another thing you could do is in between the two, throw in, when we first started this lesson with the fret hand muting, so it'd be, and what makes it come to life, so to speak, is really the pushing of the pedal down. Bringing it back, like I said, it takes the frequencies, and the treble and the EQ kind of sucks it out. So the treble, when you push it down, that's what's going to highlight the notes that you want to come through. Another cool little thing you could do, you could take like a, let's use an E9 chord for example, and that would be middle finger. You don't find this stuff in rock a lot, you'll find it with the rock funk bands. But middle finger 7A, 1st finger 6D, 3rd finger, this is maybe tricky, especially if you're a rock guy, but take your 3rd finger and bar the 7th fret on the G, B, and E. So it's and you could strum that chord and just kind of work the pedal. Move it up a half step. It brings a lot of life to it, you know. Let me shut the wah pedal off and show you. Say you were starting a song with something like that, and if you didn't do the wah, you just get this. 3, 4. I'm doing what's called whole notes, which is 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then move to F9. Just move everything up a half step sharp, so it's 8, 7, 8, 8, 8. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 with the pedal. It just kind of really brings stuff to life. So you can see there's some examples of how you can take grooves or melodies, percussive beats, and accent around it. Wah-wah pedal is really a cool addition, to your guitar rig. I love them personally, but you know, it comes down to personal choice. You can do some stuff with octaves, you know, like 7A, mute the D, 9G, and then have the wah-wah pedal back, and then step on it. Back it up here. Step on it like. So that's adding the octave with fret hand muting. So pushing it down, strum down, up, and then fret hand mute. So I'm accenting the octave, or you can do the opposite. So you can accent what you want. If you want the fret hand mute to be the highlight, then keep your pedal back and do your octave down up. And then fret hand mute, you just kind of lift the octave notes off, but keep them on the strings and drop these two fingers. And there you go. You're highlighting the fret hand muting. Or you could go the opposite. Another thing, you can kind of think of this wah-wah pedal as like a metronome. It could be keeping your beat for you if that's the sound you want. There's my beat. I'm setting the pulse and I'm playing around it. And then last little thing, show you what it would sound like with distortion. Sounds really cool. Just gonna play like a, I'll just do this little riff here. That's just an E minor pentatonic riff. 14G, third finger. Back it with two fingers. Do a keep the pedal back like this. Pick the G string and bend it. As you bend it, push that pedal so the bend is working with the pedal. And then I'm barring the 12th fret on the B and the E, picking down B, up on the E. So we have, and then I go pinky 15B, pull off to 12, and I'm picking that with a downstroke. So we have. You know, the very end there, let's go back to the E minor spot. Hit the 14G, bend it, and press that pedal down. And then do the 12G, vibrato, and then push the pedal down again. So, sounds like it's talking to you. And there you go. So, different angle for me today. You get to see my shoes, my shorts, my guitar, and part of my hand. Alright, so break these things down like I said. That's an introduction to wah-wah pedal on the clean channel and the distortion. Think of little melodies that you can play on the guitar, loop them, and then start playing around with that pedal. The pedal will accent the notes that you want to stand out in your progression. It's going to take some practice, especially if you're brand new using a wah-wah pedal. But you can also think of it as your pulse, your heartbeat, your metronome, your click track, your drum machine. That's keeping your beat. You can think of it as, not always, you know, there's just different ways to look at it. So I hope that helps you with getting a little bit better, and I've given you some new ideas on how to work with a wah-wah pedal. Thanks a lot, guys.